What's up, guys? Ian here, coach of your Ladner Lanturn, bringing you guys our Week 9 Team Builder, taking on the Lonely Cow and the Lowell Spinda. Cow has been a good pal for a while, but this is actually our first match against each other. I've known Cow since I joined Red, which shouldn't feel like it was that long ago, but it really does because, despite this only being our second season in Red, we're near the end of the second season of Red, and I seem to remember joining Red back in like June of last year, so it's almost been an entire year. And having never played someone that's pretty cool to be able to play them now. So, yeah, this is a really important match for playoffs, like extremely important, basically a must-win for us. I think I'm sitting in like the 5th seed right now. No, I'm actually sitting in the 4th seed, but TB won both of his matches, so I should be sitting in the 5th seed. And top 6 make playoffs in yellow. Cow is right on the outside. He's in 7th seed. He's right on the outside of making playoffs. So is Evan. This is absolutely a must-win if I want to make playoffs. I believe the only team eliminated right now is Nacho. And that should be it. Everyone else can definitely make playoffs, I think. Or maybe Nathan can't anymore. It depends if Regenix wins this week or not, if Nathan can make playoffs or not. But yeah, so really clutch one. I either need to win this one or my next one to go to playoffs. And if I win both, I'm guaranteed. Winning this one would be a lot more important because Cow is closer to the playoff picture than Shiny is. Yeah, so that's pretty much it. But Cow's team consists of Zygarde 50, Z-User, Zeraora, Greninja, Crobat, Registeel, Decidueye Z, Alolan Ninetales, Komala, Passimian, and Mega Charizard Y. In terms of priority, he's got the Zygarde with Extreme Speed, Zeraora with Fake Out and Quick Attack, Greninja with Shuriken and Shadow Sneak, Decidueye with Sucker Punch and Shadow Sneak, and Ninetales with Ice Shard. Hazard setting, he's got the Greninja with Spikes and T-Spikes, and the Registeel with Rocks, so pretty piss-poor hazards, but it's still worthwhile to bring Rotom-Mow, even if I'm just bluffing the Defog, to be honest. But I am bringing Rotom-Mow with Defog for the Veil from Ninetales. That's the main reason. Removal options, he's got the Crobat with Defog, Decidueye with Defog, Charizard Y with Defog, and Komala with Rapid Spin. The pure reason that I'm bringing Rocks this week is mainly for the Zard Y, but they really chip down a lot of his team effectively. The Crobat, Ninetales, and Charizard Y can't keep switching in, and it's really important to make sure that Ninetales gets limited switch-ins and that I can always threaten it out, because Veil would be a gigantic problem if it goes up, and I can't get rid of it right away. There's definitely a good chance that happens, and I would hate to see it happen. I also think, like in particular, something that's going to take advantage of my Rotom defogging is Zeraora with Fire Punch in the Sun. Is definitely his way to break through Rotom-Mow, and so I'd be really scared of that. I am very scared of that happening, because obviously I'm not going to outspeed the Zeraora. It can switch in on my Volt Switch really freely, so yeah, there's a lot to think about there. 4 times weaknesses, he's got the Zygarde to Ice, Ninetales to Steel, and Charizard to Rock, so that's pretty much all there is to it. In terms of what I don't expect to come, I don't really expect Passimian to come. It could. It's not that good of a way to break Mega Aggron, and I already think that Zard Y is 100% coming to deal with Mega Aggron at the very least. Passimian could come for other reasons, like he might want it to beat Munchlax or Persian. I haven't brought Munchlax at all this season, and this is Munchlax's first game. So we could definitely see the Passimian. I don't think it's that likely. I think Zeraora is 100% coming to deal with Suicune potentially as well. Maybe a Calm Mindset of his own. Decidueye, I think, likely makes an appearance. It's his best Keldeo answer by a long shot, and it's a really good Garchomp answer for him, and a Suicune answer, to be fair, as well. So Decidueye's got a lot of stuff going for it. So basically, off the top of my head, I'm thinking Zeraora, Decidueye, Charizard Y, all 100%. Crobat would make sense as well as like a secondary Keldeo answer, something to taunt Reuniclus maybe, or Greninja in that role to deal with the Reuniclus, at least force me to run Signal Beam or something to hit it. Probably Focus Blast to hit the Registeel too. One of Registeel or Komala, I don't think both. And then Ninetales. I don't think it makes all that much sense to bring Zygarde against me. It's got an okay matchup, but not a great one. And he would really, it's forced into bringing Z. I feel it's forced into bringing Z. I don't think he can run a Bandit set against me. Dragon Dance is like unreliable because Scarf Chomp makes some sense against him to outspeed Zeraora and outspeed a DD Zygarde, so I'm not sold on the Zygarde showing up here. I don't think it's the craziest thing in the world. It doesn't make that much sense to me that it would make an appearance here. Yeah, again, I think Zeraora for sure, Zardwai for sure, Decidueye for sure, Greninja for sure. Those 4 are top of my list. And then 2 of Crobat, Ninetales, Komala, and Registeel. If Zygarde comes, that's probably for the best. I don't think that I outright lose to a Zygarde anyways, so that's fine. If Passimian comes, I'm definitely in a rough spot because I did not prep at all for Passimian. If it's got Gunk Shot for my Clef, I'm fucked. There's not much I can do about it. There's really not much I can do about it. It just doesn't make all that much sense to me when there are better options on this team this week. So, in terms of what I'm bringing, though, Clefable with Encore, Moonblast, Softboiled, and Flamethrower. I ended up changing the set thanks to Evan pointing out I sort of rushed this prep a little bit just because I've got so much going on with Easter and whatnot that I needed to get this prep done and then prep for Shiny like pretty much immediately after. So Clefable was a little bit rushed. I had originally had Stealth Rocks on this, but I had like pre-built Keldeo and Aggron and then listed suggestions for myself at work and then just popped in the suggestions and did the EVs and whatnot. Yeah, so whatever. Rocks are now Encore. I'm no longer Spidef, and I'm now Fizdef. So I should be able to take on Zygarde relatively well. I already know that it's going to be Steelium Z. There's absolutely no doubt in my mind that that Mon is going to be Steelium Z Zygarde. I can't do anything about it. I can't do anything about it. The best I could do is scout and go into Rotom-Mow, but I don't want to give up the health on Rotom-Mow all that much because it's my Zeraora check. So there's a lot going into that, but that's what I think about Clefable. Flamethrower is only there for the Registeel, although in theory it could hit the Ninetales as well. Encore is mainly there in case the Ninetales wants to set up Veil on me. I can at least waste a turn of it and force him to switch out. Get some damage on whatever wants to come in, really. I don't think that anything would want to switch into Clefable after that, besides like a Crobat. And so if I have Rocks up, then that punishes that switch even further. So yeah, there's a few things there. I could always Soft Boil on that turn as well. Yeah, so that's Clefable. Next up is Rotom-Mow. I'm physically defensive for the Zeraora and also for the Zygarde. I realized after the fact that I actually take 1,000 arrows neutrally, regardless of whether or not I'm levitating. So he can smack me down all he wants. The only other Mons that get Earthquake on his team are Registeel, Komala, Charizard, and Passimian. Charizard's definitely not running Earthquake. It's absolutely no reason for throwing Earthquake. Passimian might. I don't know why it would. It already has better ways to deal with Aggron. Komala will probably run Earthquake. Registeel will probably run Earthquake if it wants to hit Mega Aggron. Otherwise, it's just going to run Seismic Toss and hit everything. So that's fine. Defog is there for the Veil, like I said. It's also useful for the Spikes and T-Spikes from the Greninja. Potential Stealth Rocks from the Registeel as well. I'm not overly weak to Stealth Rocks, but I'm a little bit... I would hate to have the chip, you know. HP Ice is there for the Zygarde, and I've got Will-O-Wisp chip down a lot of stuff on his team. His Cleric options are limited to the Ninetales with Heal Bell, I believe, and that should be it. I obviously can't deal with the Komala very well, so I would probably Volt Switch on it. I don't overly want to give health to the Zeraora if I can avoid it, but I have ways of dealing with it with Will-O-Wisp and HP Ice. That's kind of just how I have to chip it down, honestly. And if he's like a Rest Sleep Talk Mono T-Bolt Calm Mindset, relying on Garchomp not coming or Garchomp being dead, then I don't even know what to say at that point. Physically defensive for the Zeraora. Maybe physical Greninja, Decidueye could work for the Decidueye as well. Aggron, Heavy Slam, Rocks, Roar, and Earthquake. I am Spidef Aggron, so this takes on the Ninetales really, really well. I can definitely deal with the Crobat. He'll probably be a Super Fang Crobat set, I'd have to imagine, to deal with me. It's my best guess there. Rocks, again, like I said, they're really good against his team. Roar is just to phase out the Zygarde if it gets out of hand, or phase out the Zeraora if that gets out of hand. Really any setup sweeper that gets out of hand. Earthquake is there to hit the Registeel, because otherwise I'd have to run like Seismic Toss, which isn't that bad of an option, but it's a nice, reliable option to hit the Zeraora as well. And Heavy Slam should deal with everything else fairly effectively. There's not that much that just outright walls me. Basically, only the Zard outright walls me. And I'm switching on Zard anyways, so yeah, that's pretty much all there is to it. Fully Spidef, again, it's for the Ninetales, but also like Greninja, maybe special Decidueye, I don't know. Yeah. Galactus is coming, making its season debut. Wow, Munchlax is coming. I know I said Munchlax probably wasn't coming to a game, but I looked at my team, I looked at Zard Y. I have no checks to Zard Y. Holy shit. Yeah, so that's actually like really bad that I don't have any checks to Zard Y. So Munchlax is taking on that role. Munchlax with Thick Fat should be able to absolutely chew Zard Y fire hits. And since I'm not bringing Suicune, Solar Beam is going to be irrelevant against me, except for maybe like the Keldeo, but maybe he wants to run Air Slash with the Keldeo anyways. I guess Solar Beam will be a tiny, it'll be stronger, I think. And he'll obviously get the one-turn charge, but yeah, lots going for the Munchlax this week. I was originally a curse set with Mono Body Slam, and then I realized that Decidueye hard-walled me, and I didn't want that, so Decidueye is still kind of hard-walling me. Oh, Registeel was hard-walling me. That was the problem. Decidueye does still hard-wall me, but I've got Body Slam for the paralysis spreading. It's good against everything bar Zeraora. That was the other thing. I needed something to hit the Zeraora with after Plasma Fists. He'll probably click Close Combat anyways, but if I can Earthquake it, that'd be fine. Get some good chip off. I doubt that I'll OHKO it, but get some really good chip off if the Zard Y is gone and Munchlax is expendable at that point. Yeah, so that's why Munchlax is here. It'll also take on the Ninetales really well too. So I've got good checks to Ninetales for sure. Keldeo, I'm bringing a Koba Berry set, so this is for the Crobat and the Zard Y. If he does want to click Air Slash, I should be able to deal with it effectively, or at least get a Rain Dance up against it. I'm not Z Keldeo, I realized, in building, and so I can't run Water. I was originally Waturium, or sorry, I was Icium. I was Icium to be a nuke against the Decidueye, but Icy Wind's going to have to do, man. Icy Wind is some nice speed control against his team. His team pretty heavily outspeeds the majority of mine, and Keldeo is the fastest thing I'm bringing, so he's got 4 things on his team out of his 10. 4 of his 10 outspeed Keldeo naturally, which is really bad for me. So I'm running the Rain Dance there to cancel out his Sun a little bit, or his Hail, doesn't really matter. If I can outspeed the Ninetales for whatever reason, and I can Rain Dance, I probably don't stay on Ninetales anyways, there's no reason to when I've got an Aggron. Hydro Pump should do quite a bit of damage unless it's in Sun to most things on the team, bar Decidueye. I think Decidueye is going to be his main switch-in. If he's Brave Bird over Leaf Blade for whatever reason, I mean, Grass doesn't look that good against me, but I do have double water, so he might bring it for this weekend as Leaf Blade or Leaf Storm or something. Energy Ball, Giga Drain, whatever. Secret Sword hits a lot of his team really well, and I hope this Keldeo set can put in a lot of work. I was originally Z with Calm Mind, and it would have beaten almost everything, but just not quite there, Last but not least is Entei. Entei is my breaker, so I'm not running the Toxic Stall strat, which is really going to suck, but Crobat's a problem, so I'm running Double Fire Extreme Speed Roar. His fire resists are Greninja and Zygarde. And Zard Y, but I'm not super concerned about that. E-Speed, Bandit E-Speed should two-shot it, and he shouldn't be able to beat me without Earthquake or Stone Edge. I don't even know if it gets Stone Edge. Rock Slide? Whatever. Sacred Fire for everything, really. If Greninja wants to switch into Sacred Fire, it doesn't want to switch into Sacred Fire, but if it does, then I'm fine with getting a burn on it. Same with Zygarde. If there's whatever reason he's special Zygarde, then that's whack, but he won't want to get burnt on Zygarde either. Flare Blitz just obliterates anything slower than me. I don't need to bother clicking Sacred Fire. I can just Flare Blitz my way through things like Registeel. It should just flat out be an OHKO against Registeel, which is his bulkiest member of the team. Behind Veil, that's maybe a little bit of a different story. E-Speed there to pick off all the frail things faster than me. What's nice about E-Speed is that it'll go before Plasma Fist from Zeraora, so he won't get the Volt Absorb by turning my normal type into an electric type attack. And then Roar just as a precautionary measure there. I didn't want to risk Stone Edge hitting the Zard, and I think Zard's going to be faster than me anyways, so there's no point in that. I didn't really need Stomping Tantrum because his Steel type isn't a Heatran, and there's nothing I need Stomping Tantrum for. I didn't really need Iron Head because I'm already going to obliterate the Ninetales anyways, and he doesn't have like a Deancey, so yeah, there really weren't that many options that I wanted to run with Entei, maybe outside of Toxic, but like, what am I clicking Toxic against anyways? I would want a Toxic maybe Decidueye, but I'm already going to kill it. So yeah, there weren't a whole ton of options. I'm speed tying Modest Zard Y with this, by the way. Oh, and Keldeo's outspeeding Zard Y with the speed investment. So I'm speed tying Modest Zard Y. I'm not sure if he'd run Modest or not, but this is the best that I can do. I have to be adamant for extreme speed, and I believe for Flare Blitz as well. Excuse me, and my wording. Okay, in terms of what I'm not bringing, Garchomp looked good on the team. I don't think it's that horrible. He might bring Scarf Ninetales for it. I'm not entirely sure. Suicune, had an alright matchup. It's really not good against Zard Y overall. It's not that good against Decidueye. It really can't touch it. And Zeraora kind of breaks through it, but, you know, on the other hand, it could kind of wall the Zygarde to an extent. And it may force him to be Dragon Z. I really think he's got to be Steel Z for the Clefable, unless he really wants to like continue to boost on Clefable and risk the Thousand Arrows rolls and whatnot. I don't know. Alolan Persian looks like complete and utter trash against his team. I can't Parting Shot out because of the Registeel's Clear Body. So there's no point in bringing Alolan Persian. And then Reuniclus, he's got Decidueye and Greninja, both of which I think are 100% coming. So there's really no point in bringing Reuniclus. He's got a lot of Tauntmons, and Reuniclus can't really beat Veil. So it would have taken too long to get Reuniclus into a place where I was comfortable with it. I thought about an AV set to wall the Zard Y, but Munchlax just did it better, so that's why Reuniclus isn't here. So that's the team. Hopefully you guys enjoy the team builder and enjoy the match, and I'll catch you guys in the match then against Lonely and the Lowell Spinda.